Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to Let's Get Acquainted. I'm so glad to be here this evening. We're rounding up our month of April, the National Month of Hope. And I'm really excited tonight who we have with us. We have the founder of the National Month of Hope. So I'm just excited. I almost feel like I know her because I've been talking about her and her project for the whole entire month. And this is not something that started. It's been going on. This is their 30th year anniversary. So as you come in, please do share this broadcast out. Let us know where you're coming in from so we can shout you out. So I want you to like, share, and comment on the comments here. And I'm talking to you also, my replay viewers. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a couple of seconds here to share this myself. And I hope you've been having a wonderful week. There's been some strange kind of weather here in Chicago. I was just telling her the other day we had almost 90-degree weather, 85 to 87 degrees. And then in a matter of about 20 minutes toward the evening, it just went from down about 20 degrees in 10 minutes, shocking everybody. And the question was asked, is that normal? No, that is not normal. So like, share. You can't say start a watch party anymore, but like, share, and comment. Tag someone that you know needs to hear about hope and needs to hear about it from the one who thought so much of it that she got it approved to be a national month of hope. This is Dr. Rosalind Tompkins is going to be with us on tonight. So let me just do this right quick, and then I'll be talking about what we're going to do next month, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Yes, so let me get this shared, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. There it is. Share it here. Have a couple of groups, Women of Power. Always want to see the show. Make sure that they get it. Women Building Kingdom, want to make sure that they get it because they're always so generous in following and supporting the broadcast. And know too that you can support the broadcast um, by going to paypal.me at /HillaryGooden.com. Any amount of donation would be greatly appreciated. Yes. Here we go. We'll do this last one here and then I'm going to be done for tonight. Okay. Now, I want to bring out my guests. I got people coming in already. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. But I'm going to go in and get my guests, and then we're going to make sure that we shout out those of you that are coming in already. Make sure that you share, share, share. I heard sharing is caring. Yes. And so here we go. I'm going to bring out to you right now Dr. Rosalind Tompkins.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. It's so wonderful to be with you.
Welcome to Let's Get Acquainted. You know, I was telling everybody, I feel like I already know you. I've been talking about you and your project, all month. And it was exciting to me to find that this was the National Month of Hope, in that I've been talking about hope, look like for the last month or so prior. And I'm like, man, this is right on time. And it's a woman of color. I really got excited. So I want I want to just kind of allow you to introduce yourself. Um, she is the founder of, I got moms, but that's supposed to be Mothers in Crisis, and also the founder of the National Month of Hope. So I would love to start out by you letting us know what is it, uh, the Mothers in Crisis? How did that come about?
Well, once again, I just want to thank you so much for focusing on hope this month because we've only had a National Month of Hope now for 4 years. back in 2017, Mothers in Crisis applied with the National Day Calendar to designate April as our National Month of Hope. So we're still in the kind of infancy stage, getting the word out there, and it takes people just like you that will grab hold of it and then just run with it as you've been doing all month long. Because like I said, it is not for us, it's for everyone, because everyone needs hope. So
That's
once
right.
again, thank you so much for just helping us to get the word out. And to answer your question about Mothers in Crisis, Mothers in Crisis is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that I founded back in April of 1991. We're celebrating 30 years this year, and it started out as an organization to help women such as myself at the time, and still, but at the time I had 4 years clean from drugs and alcohol addiction, and
Okay.
now have 34 years. but
Yay.
but Mothers in Crisis was founded during the crack cocaine epidemic, and it was
Oh,
it was during that season that I had gone through my own what I call the hellhole of addiction that I talk about in my book. As long as there's breath in your body, there's still hope.
yeah.
And so I founded the organization to help women just like myself. And over
Mhm.
the years, we've helped thousands, over 10,000 of women and more. And
Wow.
now this season, we're focusing on hope.
Yes. I
Yes.
love it. You know, let's go out because we got people coming in, and we need to say hello, how you doing to
Okay.
them because I'm excited that, and I see we got somebody here with a middle name Hope.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that.
So here we
Hope.
go. Who we have here? This is Nettie Walker. She says, "Hey, coming on in here, and let us know where you're coming in from, Nettie, and everybody give us a little shout out. I'm here in Chicago. Dr. Tompkins, where are you?
I'm in Tallahassee, Florida, and Nettie is actually a part of our team for Mothers in
All
Crisis.
right. Hey, Nettie.
Yes.
Thank you. I love it. Make sure you're sharing this out now. Oh, wait a minute. That was Simone Rowe. Hey, Simone. She's part of my Facebook group,
Oh,
Transform Your Health and Peace. Thank you for coming in. Again, let us know where you're coming in so we can shout you out.
yes.
And then we have Millie. You can get this one here. Go ahead, Dr. Tompkins.
Millie Poulos. Yes, she's a part of our team.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And she said, wonderful, Dr. Tompkins. And Hillary is live now. We are live for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
There she is. Go ahead and get that one.
Okay. All right. We have more coming in here. Okay.
Yes,
Elizabeth Hope Brown. I love Hope as a part of your name.
yes,
That's wonderful.
exactly. And she says, congratulations on your 34 years clean.
You.
Absolutely. So
Thank
we
you.
thank God for you
Yeah,
all coming in early with us. And make
absolutely.
sure you tag somebody and let them know that they're here.
Yes.
So I wanted to also let's get on, just kind of come through some of the basics.
Mhm.
And this was one. What does hope stand for? It's, I understand it's an acronym.
Yes. It stands for helping others practice empowerment. So this hope that we're talking about is active. It has
Yeah,
action, and it's about not just yourself, but it's also about others and being able to help other
right.
people.
Exactly. And that's what hope it really is. You know,
Yes.
when you're thinking about hope, uh, we were talking about the scripture of now faith is the evidence of things hoped for, but not seen. And I always add on the end of that, not seen yet. This is
Right.
how we have to keep hope alive, like Jesse Jackson said, keep hope alive. And we still
Yes.
need to keep hope alive in the light of some of the crazy things that have been happening, let alone coronavirus. You know, we have all this other things that make you feel hopeless.
Yes,
You
that
know,
is so true. That is so true. And and
yeah,
and to see that's what I love about that scripture. Even when you brought it up, I thought about how you can't even have faith without hope,
that's right.
because faith is the substance of things hoped for. So the
Hmm.
substance of our faith, or what our faith is made up of, is hope. You
Yeah,
see, and I always say hope is like the helium in our balloon of faith, in that
I love that.
it lifts it up.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
that's amazing. And, and I was thinking too about the substance of hope. It's not something that's cheap. It's like having a garment that's well made. It's like having, the best material in whatever it is that you're making, whether it's wood for your house, bricks or whatever. It's the best.
Hmm.
It's the
Yes,
best. And you're waiting on it. You haven't seen it yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming.
right.
It just
It's
means that you
future
gotta hold
oriented.
it on.
Yes, yes. It's yes.
And
Hope
so
is for the future.
yes, for the future. I like that. So when you found yourself coming through and getting to the other side, were
Hmm.
you feeling, is that when you started feeling the hope, that hope in you that you talk about today?
Well, as I talk about it in the book, as long as there's breath in your body, there's still hope. Um, at the time when I didn't have hope for myself, my mother, she had faith and hope,
Mhm.
and through
Mhm.
her determination and her continued love, because see, 1 Corinthians 13:13 says, these three shall
Yeah.
remain: faith, hope, and love, but the greatest
Yeah.
is love. So you can't, so all of them are powerful forces that go together. So when my mother, who just would not give up on me, and she had that faith, hope, and love for me, her hope carried me until I could get to the place of having it for myself. And then that's the power of this hope. And what I saw with the women and mothers in crisis that I work with is that sometimes my hope had to carry them until they can get the hope for themselves.
Right.
Hmm.
It's like a garment being the fabric of
Hmm.
their hope being woven, you
Yes.
know, with the time spent together, hearing the testimonies of other people, and
Hmm.
just if she can do it, I can do it.
That's right. That's
I
right.
love that.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
amazing because it's uh, one of my new friends here on social media
Mhm.
is a woman named Patricia Rogers. She's a visibility strategist, and
Okay.
she's her motto and what you will hear her say all the time: people need people.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's just is the way God made us.
Yes,
We
yes, we have
need
to be
each other.
connected. Yes, that's right. And I believe
Yeah,
that
and
hope is a unifying force, because
yeah,
it's what we all need. It's non-sectarian. It's not political. It's everybody needs hope. According to the survival laws of three, we can only live 3 seconds without hope.
come on now, that was good right there.
So, so
If you thought that was good, what she just said right now, put a 3 in the comments. A 3. You need to repeat that. Repeat it in case they missed it. Put a 3 in the comments. Go ahead. I
yeah.
want to hear that again.
Okay. According to the often quoted survival laws of three, you can only live 3 seconds without
Mm,
hope.
mm.
And so
That's
everyone, that's why my saying, as long as there's breath in your body, there is hope, is so powerful. It's as they say in the Latin, dum spiro spero. While I breathe, I hope.
wow. That's good right there. I didn't know that, so that's something I'll be using again. You can only
Yeah.
live 3 seconds without hope.
Yes. Yes.
That's why you have to keep hope alive.
Mm-hmm.
Even through those hard times, because sometimes that the darkest hours come in the middle wee hours of the night, you
Right.
know, and that's when you have to try to hold on the hardest. And it's so important to have support networks or somebody,
Mm-hmm.
somebody, that you
Yes.
can reach outside of yourself.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, and
Yeah.
that takes some humility. It
Yes,
takes
it
some humility
does.
to say, you know what, I can't do this by myself. And it's
Hmm.
okay.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So what are
And
your
that
thoughts on that?
well, the unifying is so powerful that I thought about as you were talking about the strategies that we have for our whole hope campaign is what we call it as a hopeologist. Now, my moniker is
Yeah.
hopeologist, and what that stands for is it's actually a trademark that I have with the U.S. Patent
Okay.
and Trademark Office, and it's category 35, and it is promoting the public awareness of hope through public advocacy. And so we're advocating for this hope. And one of the ways that we do that is we teach people how to make hope connections. Okay? We
Mm-hmm.
call them hope connections. And you make a hope connection by having a hope chat. And then once you have a hope chat with someone, you check in with them. You let them know that they are not alone, that someone cares. You listen with your heart and not your head. And you ask them how they're doing. You ask them, what do they want? What do they really want? And then you ask them permission to give them suggestions. And then once you begin to share with them some solutions, you tell them, you know what? As long as there's breath in your body, there's hope, and you are not alone. And so once you have that hope chat, then you create this hope fusion. The hope fusion is when you continue on either a weekly or a monthly basis to have these chats, to check in on them. And then the greatest one is the hope sphere. And that's when you have a group of people, whether it be a family, a church, an organization, a business, where you have a group of people that have decided that they're going to practice these hope strategies and they're going to have a hopeful atmosphere. And I'm telling you, when you have a hope sphere, you get more accomplished. There's greater productivity. There's greater creativity, and there's less negativity, which happens to drain and bring everybody down. So yes, I'm in a total agreement. It takes us coming together in hope.
Yes. I just, this is something that I could talk about, excuse me,
Hmm.
for, I could just talk about this thing here because the thing that I say all the time to people is you got the power to
Hmm.
help your body help you live a more vibrant life. And if
Yes.
it's not coming right now, you know, just keep holding on. Just keep doing what you know to do. You know,
Yes.
because there's things we can do that can help our bodies, can help our health. That
Hmm.
doesn't have anything to do with food, doesn't have anything to do with drinking water. The
Hmm.
words you speak,
Yes.
the thoughts you allow your mind to entertain, those
Oh yeah.
things too can mess up and frustrate the plan of God for your life because you are operating contrary to it. You know, out of
Absolutely.
alignment. Hmm. And so to me, when I saw this, I was like, oh man, this goes right hand in hand because,
Yes.
you know, I can stand to lose a few pounds, but guess what? I know some things that are keeping me well, keeping me without sickness at my door. And I
Hmm.
know that these are these same things that God has allowed me to know and to experiment with and see that it works. It's help that's real help, and that
Hmm.
it's easy, natural, and drug free.
Yes.
Hope
Yes.
you can't you
That's right.
like
Can't-
you said, it's action. It's something you have to activate within
Yes.
yourself.
Absolutely.
So
And since you said that about the think hope, because that's another part of the strategies, because I shared about the hope connections, but you can't give what you don't have. So we have
that's
strategies
true.
that help you to train your brain to think hope, because it doesn't come just naturally. Naturally, we tend to go to the negative. But whenever
Hmm.
you begin to train your brain by what we call taking these hope breaks, and so when I talk about the
Yeah.
hope breaks, there are 5 steps to taking a successful hope break. And And I'm telling you, they will change your life because it helps to deal with some of the stress. It helps to get rid of some of the negative thoughts, and it just helps you to have more hope and become more hopeful. So if you'd like, I
Yeah.
can share those five strategies of taking a
I was
successful hope.
just getting ready. I was just getting ready to ask the people, do they want to hear? If you want to hear about these 5 steps, because listen, they're easy, natural, and they're drug free, and they work.
And they will
If
they
you
will
want to
change
hear,
your life.
put number 5 in the comments. If we see a 5 who coming through there, then she will share. If we don't see no 5s coming through, we just figure you don't want to hear it. If you want to hear about these 5 steps, put a 5 in the comments. And I want to thank Miss Odin for coming in. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take. Oh, there we go. I think I just saw. There's a 5.
Okay.
And here we go. Say yes, please. Where did it go? There it is. Yes. Oh my God, they're
Okay.
coming in so fast now. Really, they're. It sounds like they want to hear this.
Okay.
So there
Well,
go
let's
our 5.
let's talk about this, how to take hope
Yes.
breaks,
Wait,
which
wait,
will
wait, 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 wait. On the other show that I'm on Mondays and Fridays,
uh-huh.
news you can use, the
Yes.
host is on here. And this is a good time to say, if you really want to conserve this information, note takers, get your notepads, get your pen, your crayon, your pencil, whatever you got to write with, and write these down as she gives these 5 steps that are
Yes,
easy, natural, and drug free, and you got the power to activate them.
that's
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Well, one of the things that we say, in order to think hope, you have to train your brain in order to become more hopeful, because we naturally we tend towards the negative. So in taking a successful hope break, the first step is this: you have to be intentional. You have to schedule it into your everyday life. And it has to be something. And in the beginning, when we first started this way back in 2018 now, 4 years ago, what I would literally do is I would have to set an alarm on my cell phone to remind me, okay, take a hope break. It's time for a hope break. Now I don't have to, because over the years it's become a habit. So it's easier for me to get there. So the first thing is, it has to be intentional. You have to schedule it. And so at the scheduled time, then you go off to a quiet place by yourself, where there's nobody around, wherever that may be, in 5-minute increments. And when you get there to that quiet place, you breathe. You take 5 to 10 deep breaths, and you kind of center yourself. And then you begin to think about the best case scenario instead of the worst case scenario, because oftentimes we think, oh, the bad, Murphy's Law is going to get worse. I'm never going to find that job. I'm never going to find that husband, or whatever that is you may have. But instead of that, you think of the best case scenario. You see yourself succeeding. You see it coming to pass, because you know that you have faith in God that it will, for one thing. And then once you see it, the fourth step now is to speak it out. I heard you say about how powerful our words are. You're absolutely right. You begin to make an affirmation, and you hear it with your own ears, because faith comes by hearing, and hearing. And so you speak it out, and you say, I am going to whatever that is that you've just visualized. And then the fifth thing is, you repeat it as often as needed. That's how you take a successful hope break. It will change your life.
I'm tapping, my fingers are busy back here trying to get it all typed up. Repeat it. She said, put it on repeat as
Yeah.
often as needed. That is amazing. If you think that you will be using these 5 steps, let's put 5. We already said 5. Let's put a 10. A 10 in the comments. A 10, 5 times 2. You're going to use these 5 steps. This is something that you can get in your nowhere.
Yes, and
And
it
like
and
you
then
said,
it
the
becomes
more
a
you do,
it does
go ahead.
become a habit. Yes.
Yeah. The more you do it, the easier it is. And the easier it is, the more you do it.
Mhm.
Put it on repeat. I like that.
And I always like to say, when we're talking about thinking hope and training your brain to be more hopeful, it's not the first thought, but it's the second thought. Because
Uh-oh.
the first thought, a lot of times, is just automatic and it's based upon old thoughts, old behaviors, limiting beliefs. It's based upon all the things that sometimes are just negative. It'll come up,
Mhm.
but don't stop there. The second
Yeah.
thought is when you pull it down and you bring it where it needs to be, and that is to a hopeful place. And you say, "Oh, no, it is going to happen. I am going to be successful in my weight loss program or whatever it
Hmm.
may be, uh,
Whatever it is.
whatever it is, and
You
it
know,
will happen."
yes. That's what as I was have been on my journey of becoming this vibrant life coach and lymphologist and helping people to tap into the power that they already possess.
Mhm.
And hope is in there too, right?
Yes.
Um, it's just so rewarding when you see people use the steps or use the things that can so easily work for them.
Yes.
What are some of the do you have any stories or testimonials or that were remarkable, notable, that are etched in your memory, not just for yourself but others? You don't have to give any names,
Mhm.
but some that were notable.
Oh yes, I could tell so many, but but one that comes to mind, because health is such a big issue now, and especially we're yet and still
Yeah.
in a pandemic. We have hope now.
Hmm.
We've had hope the whole time, but especially with the
Yeah.
vaccinations and different things that's taken place. But health is such a vital issue, and it's something that many people have been experiencing a lot of difficulty with the fear, first of all, that
Yeah.
comes whenever you're going through a pandemic such as coronavirus, and then also with the actual when you some people that get the disease, and
Yeah.
unfortunately we know that there's been so many lives have been lost and continue to be lost over the whole world, entire world.
Yeah.
So one that comes to mind is someone that I know very close to me, uh, got coronavirus, tested positive, and had COVID-19, and so it could have gone one way, but they were able to turn it around first and foremost in their mind, in their thinking, because of the strategies that they've been practicing of hope.
Yeah.
They were able to not think negative, and to keep hope alive, and to
Keep
and to
hope
know
alive.
that okay, I'm going to make it through this. It's going to be all right. And they came back to me and they were telling me how these strategies of hope really work, and how literally saved their life because they know in the past they would have been a lot more fearful. They would have been a lot more negative, and they were just at a place of peace, because hope
Hmm.
brings peace. Hope brings
Yes.
joy. And they were at a place
Hmm.
to know that no matter what happens, I'm going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
It's going to be all
It's
right.
gonna be all right. You know,
Yes.
I just love that because the things that we can do, a lot of times the way the world has been set up, people think that it's too hard or I
Mhm.
can't do it unless I got a prescription for this thing.
Right,
And
right.
some of the things that will help you to prolong your life or to prolong good health or to get back into a state of wholeness are
Yes.
things that they can't put in the pill, like sunshine, fresh
Hmm.
air, drinking
Yeah.
water, getting enough sleep, keeping hope alive. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's so amazing to me about the God that who's the God over everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, that and anybody can tap into it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he just made such provision. You know, that if you do get sick, thank God for doctors, but it's so many ways that you can help your body, help you
Yeah.
by helping your mind, helping your spirit, and speaking life.
That's right.
That's really it, right? It's speaking
Yes.
life. Let's go
Yes.
through, let's just acknowledge because so many comments were coming through kind of fast there, but I would love for us to go back through some of them to acknowledge those that are watching. And we thank all of you that are watching and sharing the broadcast. Millie, she says, yes, I'm going to be successful in my weight loss program for real. And you know what? You get another chance to do that today.
That's
And if
right.
you mess up today, you get another chance to do that tomorrow. I'm just saying, you get another chance to do it after the pie. You get
Uh-huh.
another chance to do it after, you know what I mean? You don't bully yourself.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Beat yourself up, because these type of things, when you speak all of those kind of negative and be so critical on yourself, it
Mm-hmm.
does affect you at a cellular level.
Mm-hmm.
And those negativity can damage your cells. And
Right.
over time, that committing suicide just a little bit can make you really sick. And you go to the doctor and they say, "Oh, we ran the test, but we don't see anything."
Mm. Yes.
And it makes you feel like, wait a minute, but something don't feel right in here. And you could start with changing the words that you speak. Try it.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Tompkins says it works. I say it works. Who else don't hear it? If you say it works in the comments. It works. And it's so simple. It's easy, natural, and drug free. I just love the way that God has made it possible for us to
Yes,
help ourselves and to help each other. Uh
it
oh.
is.
Uh oh. I don't see you at all, but just give me a second here and I'll be figuring my way back in this broadcast. So I don't know what just happened. Oh Lord. There we go. So keep talking, Doctor. And I'll find my way back to you.
Okay. Well, I wanted to be sure and share the tenets of the whole Hope campaign and the April National
Mm-hmm.
Month of Hope. And the
Yes.
first thing we kind of talked about is the acronym for HOPE and what it stands for. HOPE stands
Yes.
for Helping Others Practice Empowerment. And so that's the first tenet. The second tenet is hope for self, because as we say, you can't
Mm-hmm.
give what you don't have. Then
That's
the
right.
third tenet is hope for family. And you mentioned something about suicide. Well, this is a statistic that is unfortunately happening in the United States of America, that for the first time in decades, the suicide rate has been increasing, and especially
Mm-hmm.
among young adults between the ages of 18 and 34, according to the CDC statistics. And and
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that what we're seeing is that young people especially, are making a permanent decision and taking a permanent method to a temporary
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
and that's because they got to the point where they're just hopeless, just
Yeah.
just hopeless. And it's according to the the National Institute of Health.
Of health.
And so
Yeah.
and so one of the things that we can see is that whenever we have hope, and we begin to have these hope chats in our families, you'd be surprised to find out that some of our young people especially are contemplating suicide. They have all these thoughts of just ending it all, and no one around them really knows, because you ask them, they look like everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do commit suicide, you see all these journals where they've been talking about, wanting to end it all. So,
Mm-hmm.
so, so when you have hope for yourself, then now you have to have hope for your family. And you have to,
True.
just like my mother, whenever I was in the throes of addiction. He had hope for me when many had given up on me. They didn't believe it was any hope because of some of the things that I had gone through. And so
Mhm.
then once you have hope for family now, then the fourth tenet is hope for and in the community, because now you got to spread
Yes.
that hope abroad. And there's so many things that's happening in our communities with the social justice issues and just so much, until
Mhm.
it's things that we can do to help people, homelessness and all the things that's taking place, teenage pregnancy, the prisoners, jail. It's things that
Yeah.
we can do to bring hope in our community. And then the fifth and final tenet is hope for our nation and world. So now,
Yes.
so you see how it starts here, and it spreads out, and that's how it becomes helping others practice empowerment.
And it really does. I was just seeing that ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this the starting with yourself touches on the lives of other people,
Yeah.
even when you don't know that what you're doing is touching other people. We're
Mm.
all like walking letters or walking epistles, like the Bible talks about. People
Yeah.
watching your life,
Yes.
especially if you have a life that is, and you're smiling and you're keeping hope alive, and they know you're going through hard times, but you don't seem to be taking it like they would take it. People
Mm-hmm.
watch that. What
Yes.
is she up to? What is he up to? I
Yes.
gotta find out what that is. And I used to have a guy that would call me. He had stopped working on our job, but every year on my birthday, he would call back and he said, "Hi, how you doing?" I said, "I'm fine." He said, "You still living for the Lord?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, I know one of these days when I get ready, it'll be, I can do it too." And that's all he would say. And he would hang up, and I would think, "Oh, okay." Then one year I didn't get the call. I didn't get the call, and I missed that call. And
Mm.
a few months later, his daughter came on. I remember when she was in her mother's belly, but here she was, because I was on that job a while. Here she
Uh-huh.
comes, and she was being hired on the job. I found out that was his daughter, and I was like, you
Wow.
know, I found out if you know who you are, and this, that, and the other, and your dad, blah blah blah. He had committed suicide.
Oh, Lord
Oh,
Jesus.
my heart just
Jesus.
went to a place I didn't know it could go. you know and that's
Yes.
why we're out
Yes.
here, people, and some of you, I know you're doing the same thing. You're
Mm-hmm.
trying to let people know there is hope.
There is hope.
If God's giving it to you, however God's giving it to share it.
Yes.
Yours came through addictions, some other, be coming through because of your weight or whatever. However God's giving it to you, keep
Mm-hmm.
being that answer,
Yes.
somebody else's answer, somebody else's light, so that they
Mm-hmm.
can see the way out of their darkness.
That's right.
Because that's what this hope is. It's like a light shining
Yeah,
forth in the darkness,
it
to
is.
help people to say, "Oh, wait a minute, I
Mm-hmm.
think I see a way out of this."
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
and,
right.
and like I said, joy cometh in the morning if you can make it through the nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just loving this here, and I'm loving you, Dr. Tompkins.
Oh,
This
love
is
you
Dr.
too.
Rosalind Tompkins, and she's the founder of Mothers in Crisis. She
Yes.
came through, and her mother was in crisis, and then she began to help other mothers in crisis once she got on this side, and
Yes.
has helped thousands of people to see their light, see their way out. And
Mm-hmm.
that's that ripple effect, because
Yes.
those lives are touching other lives, and those lives are touching other lives. So it's
Mm.
a lot bigger than you and I, what
It
we're
is.
doing.
It
It's a
is.
lot bigger.
It's a
I
lot
love that.
bigger, and
So
it's so needed. And that's one of the things that I've been finding out this year, especially, that so many people
yes.
across the United States and even in Pakistan, our group
Hmm.
and our church in Pakistan, they're celebrating April as National Month of Hope, and also in Southern Africa, in Eswatini, in Kenya, and also in Nepal. So in other
Love
countries,
it.
that what
I
I'm
love
finding
it.
is that people are grabbing hold of this rope of hope. And I want to
Yeah.
tell you about our Balls for Hope campaign, because
I
we're going
know, right?
to continue. with this. This is our balls for hope, the stress balls that we are giving out. And we say we are bringing hope to people one ball at a time, spreading hope one ball at a time. And what we say is take the stress ball and squeeze it. And when you squeeze this ball and even throw it around and get your endorphins going, you feel better and you understand. This is a reminder that there is hope. And I'm telling you, we have given out hundreds of those balls, and
Oh,
and,
ball.
and we're going to continue on beyond April National Month of Hope. We're going to give out balls all year long. And God was just showing me that that's something that is really making a difference. Just imagine just a ball that can make such
Well,
a difference in someone's life.
so how does one go about getting their ball? They could
Well,
go get a ball, but they want that ball. I
yes,
want that ball.
yes. Well, I will definitely, I will definitely send you some balls so you can give them out. And
Oh, well, that would be
if
great.
they email, yes, if they email me, also they go to makeahopeconnection.com,
Okay, I think I have that.
www.makeahopeconnection.com, and request your balls, because we're going to give out thousands of these. That's what I heard.
Yes,
Because
yes, I
that's a
love
point
it.
of contact, just to remind you that as
Mm-hmm.
long as there's breath in your body, there is still hope. So it's our
Take
balls
those
for
hope
hope.
breaks.
Yes, and take the hope breaks. And we have them. Like I said,
That
we
is
sent
cool.
a box all the way to Pakistan, and they've been they've been posting photos and different things. The children with the balls, the women with the balls, and so it's just something to as a point of contact, as you know.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
there's the link, everybody, at www.makeahopeconnection.com so that
Yeah.
you can get your ball or some balls so that you can spread hope where you are and make a difference. May
Yes.
seem like a little thing, but one life at a time is a big thing. It's
It
a
makes
big
it's
thing.
a
It's
big
not
thing.
to be taken lightly.
That's right. And that's where everything starts. It starts that one-on-one connection. And I was thinking about the last time I was able to travel overseas. We've been shut down since 2020, the coronavirus. But in January of 2020, I was able to go to Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, and
Okay.
I went with a team with Dr. Patricia Bailey Ministries, and we were there doing various outreach and missions and in different churches. And there was these two sweet young ladies who had once they were prostitutes, and they had come in, and we got a chance to have one-on-ones with them, to talk to them, encourage them. And my role every time I go anywhere is as a hopeologist, is to bring hope. So as I was having a hope chat with them, they had one of them had a little boy. He was 3 years old, and he was just kind of there, and just, how little kids are, to get a little
Yeah.
anxious and everything. And then the Lord reminded me, he said, you have a ball in your purse. And because I don't go anywhere without these, really. And I took
I
this
love
little
it.
ball, I took this ball out and I gave it to him, and his eyes lit up, and he started kicking it around like a soccer ball. And, he was just, so he was fine. He got hope right there. And then we
Right
were
there.
able to minister to the young ladies. And the last time I've heard, since I've checked on them, they're doing well. Their lives are changing, and they're wanting to help other women who are in the throes of prostitution in that area, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of it that's going on. So,
Wow.
so yeah, this is a powerful concept, and you could use it in many ways, just
I
to as
love
a
it.
point of contact to bring hope.
I love it. Let's go to some of the comments here. You can take, well, that's Millie. I'll take that one. It says, yes, I am going to be successful. Oh, we did that one. She's going to be successful in her
Yeah,
weight. And she said, for real. And I believe
yeah,
you. I believe
yes.
you, Millie. And then here's Miss Phyllis Weaver. Thank you, Miss Phyllis, for coming in. Why don't you read that one for us, Doctor?
Okay, let me get my glasses on here so I can. When a negative thought comes, just kick it out and visualize where you want to be.
That's
Yes,
right. I
that's
love
wonderful.
it. And is this somebody you know, Dr. R.J. Kwame Lewis?
Oh, that's my husband. Hey, hubby.
Welcome, welcome. He says, hope touches everything in life. Wherever you are, who you are, absolutely. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you for your support tonight. And you
Yes,
take
he's a
that
part of
one.
our
Oh,
Christ
wait a
Making
minute.
Bride. Pardon? You want me
And
to take
so
it?
Miss Lotus is saying this is the host from the News You Can Use show. We have to have you on there one night because,
Okay.
like you say, hope is year round. It's not just we don't have to worry about it. The last day is coming. The last day is coming.
No, no, we don't. And I'm excited. And I'm so excited because we have so much to do. And it's so much. And I talk about it as I think we've mentioned the book, As Long as There's Breath in Your Body, There's Still Hope. I have all this
Mhm.
information that's in there about things that we can do all year long. Because it doesn't just April is just when we concentrate, but it's all
Yes,
year long.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is just saying where she shared it to different groups. Yes, and we just want to. I'm just so thankful that you were able to come on. I got you early in the month, so because
Okay.
I said she's probably gonna be really busy. So I'm so glad we were able to get you on here, and I want to go back up to the book, the link. You can find the book, everybody, on Amazon. Is that right?
Yes, yes, on Amazon.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I think Miss Nettie typed it in. As long as there's breath in your body, there is still
Hope.
hope. That's what
Yes.
I say too. You can help your body help you as long as you got breath in your body.
That's right.
As long as you got breath in your body, it's not over.
And so, and in the book, all the proceeds go to Mothers in Crisis. That's one of the reasons I
Oh,
love
okay.
to
That's wonderful.
promote it because it kind of helps, to keep the campaign going. And I
Mm.
also did an audio version of it where I actually read the whole book. I went in studio and read it, and that's available too. And it
So
has
that's
some
on
of my
Kindle.
pardon.
Is it on Kindle?
Yes, yes, it's also on Kindle. It's an ebook as well, and then it's
Okay.
on Audible. It's on iTunes.
Okay.
So all of those different platforms, if make sure you put the word "steal" in there because the first book I wrote about 15 years ago was "As Long as There's Breath in Your Body, There Is Hope." And then
Oh,
15 years later, so much had happened until I needed to go back and just kind of finish it off, and also now share the practice of hopeology that we've
mhm.
been talking about because it's a practice that will change your life.
Yes. And we have the. Can you read this one here? This is Camille Robb. Coming the fabulous Camille Robb. I'm gonna put you to work a little bit.
I love the name of the book. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Yes. As
So she
long as
said not
there's breath in the body, there's still hope.
there's still. I think she has still in there, so that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, there's still hope. So we still got some ways to go. So we talked about the bonds because I wanted to get that in. And
Yes.
so, is there anything else that you would like to share, just about you? What makes you, with your traveling? Let's say, uh, I'm always going toward the food in your travels. You
Mhm.
go to places like Pakistan. Well, you haven't been to Pakistan, right?
I've been to
What's some of the
Turkey.
places you've been? I guess I want to ask.
Okay. Well, I've been to the continent of Africa. So, the continent is really big. And so I've been
Yes.
to West Africa. That was my last trip to Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. And then I've been to East Africa, Kenya, the Congo. I've been to South Africa, Durban,
Okay.
and many different Cape Town, many different countries in South Africa. And I've even been to the tip of Southern Africa, which is Eswatini, and we actually have a church there
Hmm.
that's
Okay.
under TPIA, and
What does that stand for?
Turning Point International Alliance. And so I
Okay.
have many different churches from different countries that's a part of the alliance.
Okay.
And so
And
yes,
so
go ahead.
I was going to say, and do you find hope is any different anywhere?
Well, what I find is that people need hope. I mean, I've met some beautiful people that I think about the South Sudanese people, refugees, that when we went to Kenya and we were able to minister in the refugee camps where the South Sudanese many had to flee to go to the refugee camps,
Mm.
and just meeting that regal, tall, very dark, smooth skinned people that love the Lord, and
Yeah.
they all just kind of really embraced the my testimony and the hope.
Yes.
I haven't been anywhere that they did not receive and embrace the hope. Even in Haiti,
Yeah.
whenever I was able to minister to a group of 40 women there who had gone through the massive hurricane, and in these
Yeah.
countries, oftentimes rape is used as a weapon, and once the women are raped, they're kind of left to themselves. And so many different programs, NGOs and different organizations, we go in
Mm.
and we try and we help the women, like we did in the Congo when we went to rape crisis program that had all these women who had been raped in war, and they
Mm.
were in the ages from the ages of teenagers to senior citizens. They had children
Mm.
there, and we were able to go in. And I'm telling you, those women were so precious, such a powerful experience that this hope, what I seen literally, what I see is that this hope is needed all over the world, and God has given
Yeah.
this platform to take it and to spread it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So hope is universal.
it's
It's the
universal. It's a
same. It's the
universal.
same. It's the same need within the human being
Yes,
to be
yes.
hopeful. That's the way God intended. That's what God intended for that
Mm,
hope to carry us through hard times, almost
yes,
despicable times. And
yes. And you
it's
couldn't
just
even imagine.
amazing.
Yeah, you couldn't even imagine going through. But these precious ones go through this, and they come out on the other side, and they praise God, and they love the Lord, and they drink in the hope, and they really believe
Hmm.
that things are going to get better, and it's going to be
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Whew. I'm telling you that this has been. I've been looking forward to this all month, all month because it just touched me in that place, that just said, wow, I feel this connection. I feel what she's doing and the people that she's touching, and I don't know her story. I wonder what her story is. So I'm glad, that you were able to share part of that with us as well, because I really was thinking it was going to be mothers in crisis because of something else. I didn't realize it had to do with uh, alcoholism, substance abuse
Yes.
prevention and treatment and stuff of that nature. And
Hmm.
so, at your you said you have a full non for profit now, right? What started as a support group.
Yes, and that's Mothers in Crisis. It started out as a support group for women in recovery, and then what happened was we started, growing. The need started growing. I started writing grants to from the city, the county, the United Way, the state. All these different grants to do programs. And we had programs for the children, programs for the women, parenting classes, programs in the jail, and we just it just turned into a full-fledged community-based organization, grassroots community-based organization, and we
Wow.
did many projects for about 2 decades, about 20 years of that. And so now, since this past since we turned 25, so for the past 5 years now, we've been implementing this program here, the whole hope campaign, to spread hope around the world. Because what I found is that when you sum it all up, I summed everything up from what we were able to do in Mothers in Crisis to what I've seen around the world as I've traveled. And I summed it up to one thing, and that was hope. And that was hope. That was,
And that was
if
hope.
if you can give people hope, you can give them life. And when you
That's
give them
right.
hope, you also give them help. And then whatever help you can
Mhm.
give in addition. But that substance of hope will keep them going. And so now
Mhm.
that's what my life's work is about. And that's the legacy that I want to leave whenever,
Yes.
you know, the next
Yeah,
30
because
years.
we none of us are going to get to stay forever, but we want to be ready and we want to have spent it all out.
Yes.
Doing what God has called us to do in this life. And
Yes.
for those of you that are listening, I know that you really have feel her heart as I felt it when I first heard it. I mean, when I saw National Month of Hope, I sat back and I said, "Wow, wow." And then when I saw that it was you, I wasn't expecting that. To tell you the truth, and because I looked at it and I watched the little video that was out there, and I said, I think she's the one that started this thing. Let me find out more about her. Oh my God, we're doing some awesome things in this world.
That's
If we
right.
would only uh, answer the call, we have that leads me right into something that we're doing. I want to make sure we touch it. We're doing my church, Word Alive Ministries. We're doing
Mhm.
a conference, and it's called Family Pioneers. Are you the first in your family to answer the call to ministry or
Hmm.
business? And it's going to be May 15th. I don't have all my stuff. It's going to be May 15th on a Saturday, virtual, and it's
Mhm.
$25 registration. You can go to BIT. I can find my banner here, bit.ly/pioneers 2021.
Mm.
And so we have some speakers that are going to come to share their stories, share, what God has called them to do. And we
Mhm.
just have to have the gumption to function. You know,
That's
we just have to have the gumption to function because if he called you to do it, he's expecting you to do it,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
somebody else. And that's what's here we go. Not somebody else. But even when he does call you to do those great things, it's not
Mhm.
always easy. It's not
No.
always peachy king being the first one in your family when nobody else. Were
Right.
you the first in your family to do something like this?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I've many things that I've been able to birth never existed before. That's one of the anointings of creativity that God has given me. The Mothers in
Yeah.
Crisis, Turning Point International Church, Turning Point International Alliance, and what we're looking this National Month of Hope, and what we're so excited about coming up in 2022. We are creating a foundation of the Mothers in Crisis Hope Foundation, where we're going to actually give not only the Hopi Awards, because we give Hopi Awards each year since 2019, but we're
Okay.
also going to give cash awards, and we're going to begin to support those who are doing work and really bringing hope and empowering people. So that's, the philanthropy now
Yes.
is from the humanitarian to the philanthropist. We want to now support those efforts that are really making a difference, because I ran hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot that I've been able to accomplish over the years. Now we want to support those others, our young people, the next
Yes.
generation, to run hard and to be able to make a difference, because you can make a difference.
You can make a
You
difference.
can
I
change
love that.
the world.
You are making a difference, and the pioneer is the one that come to with the machete, knocking down all the weeds and the roughage, the stuff that's in the way that nobody else cleared.
Right.
Nobody else in the family took on that call. And for
Mm,
whoever that brave soul is, you got all the Spirit of God with you to help you.
that's
But
right.
you
That's right.
still gotta become. It took years to come where you are now, to be who you are and to do what you're doing, so that you can have these awesome opportunities and awesome privileges to work with so many different people, not only on our shores but on other shores. That's just
Yeah.
amazing.
it's the 5 F's of moving forward that we
Come
go
on
by,
now.
that we live by in our Christ Vision tribe. And the first is faith. You got to have faith, and you don't have to have a whole lot, but you got to have faith to believe that it is what God wants you to do. You are doing, fulfilling your purpose and your destiny. And then the second F is focus. Because once you get it and once you start moving, you can't be distracted. You can't be all over the place. You got to
Yes.
be like, you got to put the blinders on. And
Yes.
then you have to finish, because there are going to be many tasks that you start. And so many people start things, but they never finish it. So then once you finish, it's not over, because then the fourth F is follow up. So what do you need to do to follow up after you finish? And then some people think that that's it, but no, there's one more, and that's follow through. And that's where a lot of people
Uh-oh.
miss it. They miss it on the follow through. So you have to keep following through until until it's completely, when it's complete and it's whole. So those 5 F's of moving forward is what keeps us moving forward in hope. And we always, and they're cyclical once you get started, but we always look at, okay, where are we? And I'm going to tell you, the biggest issue that many people have is with the focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's so easy to be distracted, to be all over the place, to not finish something that you start. So you got to stay focused.
And one of those things, I was just hearing this as you were speaking, one of those things that can distract you is that feeling of being hopeless.
That's
Like
right.
it's too much, it's too big, it's too hard. I don't have enough help. I don't, those early days are not like the days you're living in now as far as where you've come. You know, I'm
Yes,
sure you had those days when it felt like, ooh,
right.
this is just way too much. I don't know if I can do this here. You
And
know.
when you say that, is one story that I tell about in the book. Whenever I was because I did this as a young adult. I was in my 20s. I was in my mid to late 20s when I started Mothers in Crisis. And I was a single parent. So I had a little
Hmm.
baby girl, and I would go and I would work with the women in the field. I would have groups at the different centers in the different counties. And one night, I'll never forget, I came home. I was so just defeated. I was tired. It seemed like the women wasn't getting clean. They wouldn't staying clean. It wasn't coming. Nothing was happening. And then, and I had to take care of my baby. And I remember
Yeah.
feeding her and putting her to bed. And then I went and I sat in the living room and I began to pray. And not only was I praying, but I was crying. And I was saying, Lord, I'm a social worker. I can't do this. I can't do this much longer. And then the Lord spoke to me and he said, Rosalind, remember, as long as there's breath in their bodies, there is hope. And
That's where you got
I'm telling
that
you,
from.
that's where I got it from. And whenever
Yeah.
I receive that, I receive something. I've received something that has
Hmm.
carried me all the way to this day. And
Hmm.
that is the fact that, look, there is hope. They may not get
There
it now,
is.
but they're gonna get it. I have hope. I believe. And so every time I run into a situation that's challenging, because it's a lot of challenges and
That's
finances
true.
and a lot of jealousy and a lot of things that you go through, right?
We didn't even talk about all of that stuff. Woo.
but I keep that. I say, you know what? It's going to be all right. I'm breathing. God's called me. I'm going to keep moving forward. I may lay down today, but I'm going to get up tomorrow.
Now get up. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Get back. Who was that had that song, Get Back Up Again?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Donnie McClurkin.
yeah, he had that song, Get Back
Yeah.
Up Again,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and shake yourself,
Mhm.
shake yourself like the other lady, I can't think, shake yourself loose, you know. All of
Yeah.
these, they're doing what they were called to do to
Yes.
help us to keep hope by having a song, something easy and light that we can sing it and
Yes.
it's speaking to ourselves even then. And I
Yes.
heard you say, um, sometimes you put it away. You said sometimes you was blank. I couldn't remember what that is right now. You said, and then you cried. But that prayer, that crying is like a prayer,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know?
Yes,
That's
yes, I was saying I can't.
when you to that point, you don't even, your
Yeah,
soul is crying out.
yes, yes,
Only, and God knows, and God hears, and God understands, and knows exactly what you're saying and
that's
where
right.
you are.
Yes,
I just love you, love what you're doing, and the people here have they're saying, keep moving forward.
praise God.
Yes, Camille is and Phyllis said we fall down. That's it. We fall
Yeah,
down, but we get up.
we get up. Yes,
And
yes,
that's what we try to tell other people. Maybe you need a helping hand. Here's that helping hand. You can
yes.
get. And I was at work one day, and I was working, just doing my work. I was a CFO at a behavioral health center in
Hmm.
Chicago, and I was doing my work, and all of a sudden I would just felt overcome by the Spirit of the Lord, and I sat back in my seat,
Hmm.
and the Lord showed me myself,
Hmm.
and I was like a wet dish rag just falling on the ground, feeling without hope.
Mm.
Like, what is it all about? What is what? It's just so hard doing so many things and look like nothing is working. And I saw like the hand of the Lord reach down and picked me up and
Hmm.
stood me on my feet. And
Mm.
when my feet landed on the ground, it was firm. And I heard the Spirit of the Lord speak to me, "You can stand."
Yes.
And I felt so much different.
Hmm.
Like you said, you felt it, you knew it. It
Yeah.
maybe I need to write a book. You can't stand. Maybe
Well,
that'll
you
be my
can't.
next one. That'll be my next one. You can stand.
Yeah.
And so I'm just thankful for you coming on. Thankful for this. We've gone over a little bit. So again, everybody, this is Dr.
Rosalind.
Rosalind
Yeah.
Tompkins, founder of Mothers in Crisis. Also, they founded the National Month of Hope, which is every April. She wrote
Yeah.
a book. She wrote a book, and her book, they're saying, yeah, I need to write that book. Miss Phyllis, Miss Millie. Yes. She wrote a book. I want to get the title. There it is.
Yes.
Just you speak that out again, right quick.
As long as there's breath in your body, there's still hope.
And you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle, and all of the iTunes and different places where you can get audiobooks.
Yes.
If you want to get one of those balls or get some balls, you can go to www.makeaconnection.com.
Make a hope
Trying to find that.
connection.com. Make
Oh,
a
make a hope connection. I'm
yes.
sorry, make a hope connection.com. I had it in here. So many comments. I'm trying to fish my way back to it.
Well,
But
before
it's
I
called,
go, can I just share a poem and then I'm gonna have
please.
to
Yes.
okay. Um
So I was going to say, just to be your final words of wisdom or inspiration, you can do that at
okay.
this time.
Thank you so much. And I've really, really enjoyed being with you. This is my last interview for the April National Month of Hope, but it's definitely not the end of hope. And I'm gonna leave you with this poem that I've done literally all over the world. The first time in Rwanda on the steps of the Genocide Museum as we were leaving from seeing almost 1 million skulls of people who had just been brutally slaughtered through genocide. And they asked me to share a poem as we were leaving. And I shared this poem, and I've literally shared this poem all over the world, but it's entitled, Where is Hope? So many people are going through and they don't know what to do. And you tell them that there's hope, and they say, well, where is this hope that you're talking about? I'm going through and I don't see it. Where is hope? Hope is found in the breath that I breathe, in the stars in the sky, and in the cool of the breeze. Hope is found in a baby's cry, in the tears rolling down the eye of one who knows that every good thing flows from the heart of God. Hope is found in the birds that sing, in the grass as it grows, in the smell of a rose, in the dew as it settles upon the ground. But hope can be found in the middle of pain, in the streets of frustration, and in the home of the name that is above every name. Hope is found when you hear the name, think the name, or say the name. It's all the same because Jesus is hope. Thank you. God bless you. Amen.
Thank you so much for taking time to come on this show. Let's get acquainted, and I do feel acquainted at this point, and I'm again thankful. Again, if you want to connect, go to www.makeahopeconnection.com, and you'll be able to find out all things about what they're doing and what's coming up. And thank you so much for coming on, and I'm looking forward to making some further collaborations with you as well.
Amen.
So I'm going to say my final words of wisdom, and if you could just wait in the studio for just a minute, I'd be appreciative of that.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. So this concludes our National Month of Hope, and we ended it with the founder, Dr. Rosalind Tompkins. And so, you know, like she said, hope is so powerful. The poem that she just spoke, you know, is all powerful because it's really tied up. If you're a Christian, it's tied up in Jesus Christ. He's our only hope of glory. You know, so if you're feeling that you're hopeless, that is hopeless things happening in your life, you just have to remember that it means that the best is yet to come. So hold on to God's unchanging hand. Reach out to someone that can help you. I'm here as your Vibrant Life coach and as your lymphologist to help you do coaching with support and accountability if that's what you need. Dr. Tompkins, her organization is there to help you in the ways that God has given her to help you if you feel like you need hope. So reach out. Don't go it alone. It's because people need people, and there are people like us that are here for you. And so with that being said, I want to thank you again to Dr. Tompkins. Thank you to all of you that participated with all the wonderful comments and just participating in the conversation. I always enjoy that so much. And to all my replay viewers, I want to say youarethebomb.com as well. So thank you all for coming in. I'll see you next week. I'm here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Vibrant Good Health Show, where we talk about all those things that you can do to help your body help you live a more vibrant life. And then next Thursday will be the month of May, and we have another thing that we're going to venture into, and it's the month of recommitment. And so just follow us for that. Have speakers that are coming on, and I'm excited about what God is doing. And then one more time, I want to invite you. It's running on the ticker there to our Family Pioneers Conference. It's a virtual conference across Zoom platform, and it's going to be May 15th, 2021. That's a Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To register, it's a $25 donation. Go to bit.ly/Pioneers 2021. bit.ly/Pioneers 2021 to register for Family Pioneers. If that's not you, or you know someone that is going through that journey and they need some refreshing and restoration, please do let them know to register at bit.ly/Pioneers 2021. I'll see you all next week. God bless you.